As the Indian economy marches ahead to feature among the top 3 global economies, mid-market enterprises will have a significant capital requirements to capitalize on the opportunities presented. Why mid-market enterprises explore the AIF route for capital raising? The credit gap is created on the supply side due to the limited availability of credit from traditional lenders like banks. Banks tend to have rigid and outdated underlying templates, say a checklist with requirements that may not be relevant to a new age profitable business. As a result, banks and NBFCs have chosen to focus on retail lending over the past decade. Actually, this mid-market enterprises having, say, not more than 1,000 employees and all, they are being helped by our federal bank. That's what they say. And they say there is a lot of gap in the investment for them. That is why they raise money from some, what is that? AIF route. I don't know what is AIF route. AIF route. What is AIF route? We have to check it up. What is AIF route? One doubt will lead us to another doubt. How many AIFs are there in India? There were around 885 registered cumulative alternative investment funds. Alternative investment funds across India as of the year 2000. That is, these companies take risk, more risk than the risk the banks take. That is why this type of companies are going to the AIFs. And this, our federal bank says, we will take care of such companies' requirements also. Could you follow?
Yes, sir.
Akash. Yeah. Now, Federal Bank, we were there here, and I have this page. Yeah. Lakshmi, what is it you studied in this book? Did you read from page 20 or before that?
Sir, I read only the first 2 pages only, sir.
It's okay, no problem.
Okay.
So this is, did we complete this, Akash, yesterday? No, we did not study this, no? RBI. Akash? Akash, are you there?
Sir,
No.
I left the meeting yesterday.
Acha, you were not
I
there.
had some work.
Work, no problem, no problem. Then our Rubal Sharma will know. Rubal Sharma, did we cover this RBI yesterday? Were you there? No.
Yes, sir. Sir, we discussed the functions of RBI
Oh,
and we were discussing Monetary Policy Committee.
see, very nice. Excellent. That's good. I am very happy. Otherwise, now we got stuck up here that we don't know about the present members of Monetary Policy Committee. That's where we got stuck
Yes,
up.
sir.
Now we have to read this. This is a very important interview question. Now, can you tell me, did you go through this, Rubel?
Sorry, sir. I did not get time to read this
Now,
document.
please read before, or I will ask Lakshmi to read. Lakshmi, can you read this now? Oh, sorry, wait. Yeah. Lakshmi, read this. Instruments of monetary policy.
Instruments of monetary policy repo rate, the fixed interest rate at which the Reserve Bank provides overnight liquidity to banks against the collateral of government and other approved securities under the Liquidity Adjustment Facility, LAF.
This is known as repo rate, and the present repo rate is 6.5%. And actually, it is not for overnight, it is for 14 days, up to 14 days. Yeah. Now, continue with the next one, Lakshmi, reverse repo rate.
Reverse repo rate, the fixed interest rate at which the Reserve Bank absorbs liquidity on an overnight basis from the banks against the collateral of eligible government securities under the LAF. The LAF consists of overnight as well as term repo
Auctions.
auction.
Auctions.
Auction.
No, auction. Auction means, there will be a company, they will say, come on, this cell phone I am offering you. Come on. I think you can't see it. I am offering you this cell phone for auction. Come on. Starting price is 1,000 rupees. Come on, ask. Others, please raise, ask. Others will say 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, like that. That is known as auction.
Auctions. The aim of this report is to help develop the interbank term money market, which in turn can set market-based benchmarks for pricing of loans and deposits, and hence improve transmission of monetary policy.
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. Now, monetary policy, continue. Marginal standing facility.
Marginal Standing Facility (MSF), a facility under which scheduled commercial banks can borrow additional amount of overnight money from the Reserve Bank by dipping into their statutory liquidity ratio (SLR) portfolio up to a limit, currently 2% of their net demand and time liabilities deposits (NDTL) at a penal rate of interest. This provides a safety valve against unanticipated liquidity shocks to the banking system.
Yeah, actually, this reverse repo rate now it is 3.35%. This marginal standing facility, this is actually overnight. Supposing you borrow on Thursday, you have to adjust it on Friday. If you borrow it on Friday, you may adjust it on Monday, if Saturday is holiday. Now, marginal standing facility rate is similar to bank rate, and it is 6.75%. Next, bank rate. Please read.
It is the rate at which the Reserve Bank is ready to buy or rediscount bills of exchange or other commercial papers. The bank rate is published under Section 49 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. This rate has been aligned to the MSF rate and therefore changes automatically as and when the MSF rate changes alongside policy repo rate changes.
Actually, when this MSF rate was introduced, there was a difference between bank rate and MSF rate. Now there is no difference. Present bank rate is 6.75%. Continue.
Cash reserve ratio (CRR). The average daily balance that a bank shall maintain with the Reserve Bank as a share of such percentage of its NDTL that the Reserve Bank may notify from time to time in the Gazette of India.
See, actually present CRR is 4.5%. Every bank, if they have got 100 crores deposit, NDTL, net demand and time liabilities, then they will have to maintain 4.5 crores with in their current account with Reserve Bank of India. Very good. Mr. Akash, please read statutory liquidity ratio.
Statutory liquidity ratio. It is the share of NDTL that banks shall maintain in safe and liquid assets, such as unencumbered government securities, cash, and gold. Changes in SLR often influence the availability of resources in the banking system for lending to the private sector.
Yeah. At present, SLR is 18%. 18% of NDTL banks have to maintain in the form of gold or cash or government securities. Mostly they maintain in the form of government securities because they can use it for raising funds again. So SLR at present is 18%. Now, actually, all these things, questions are very often repeated questions in interview. The questions are, what is the present repo rate? Tell about repo rate, reverse repo rate. There is one more rate known as standing deposit facility rate that has not been given here because that was brought after this book was written, probably. That was brought in April 2021. The standing deposit facility rate now it is 6.25%. Standing deposit facility is similar to what is that, a reverse repo rate, where the banks can keep their surplus funds with the RBI, and that rate is now, as I told you, 6.25%. All these things are very, very important questions. But sometimes for commerce students and MBA students, instead of asking directly, they will ask, what is liquidity adjustment facility? How liquidity adjustment facility is used by RBI to control inflation? Like that, they will ask. Very good. Akash, continue.
Open market operations. These include both outright price and the sale of government securities for injection and absorption of durable liquidity, respectively.
See, actually, open market operation means where the government or the Reserve Bank wants to reduce the money supply. What they will do, if they want to reduce the money supply, they will sell government securities so that banks will buy government securities. They will run out of funds. The reverse is the case when they want to increase the money supply. Then they will buy from the banks. Then continue market stabilization scheme. Yeah, but this and all is
Market
not required now. It is outdated, not required. No, you can read this. Under the amended RBI Act,
Under the amended RBI Act, the monetary policy making is as under. The MPC is required to meet at least 4 times in a year. The quorum for the meeting of MPC is 4 members. Each member of the MPC has one vote, and in the event of equality of votes, the governor has a second or casting vote.
mm,
Once in every 6 months, the Reserve Bank is required to publish a document called Monetary Policy Report to explain the sources of inflation and the forecast of inflation for 6 to 18 months ahead.
very good. Continue.
Fiscal policy. Fiscal policy deals with the government policy concerning challenges in taxation and
What?
expenditure overheads.
Akash, where are you? Read properly.
Fiscal policy deals with the government policy concerning challenges in the taxation
Please
and
read properly.
expenditure overheads.
Please read properly.
Fiscal policy deals with the government policy concerning changes in the taxation. Sorry, sir.
What is this? You fellows, you can't read the passage that is given to you before. And how are you going to face the interview board? Tell me. It is not for fun. I am asking you to read, to check how you are able to read, whether you are reading properly, whether you are pronouncing properly. Please read again.
Fiscal policy deals with the government policy concerning changes in the taxation and expenditure overheads and components, while monetary policy deals with the changes in the factors and instruments that affect the supply of money in the economy and the rate of interest. The Government of India deals with fiscal policy through annual budget and other timely interventions, while RBI is responsible for execution of monetary policy.
Very. Thank you. Rajput, please read capital and revenue expenditure.
Yes, sir. Capital and revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure of government refers to the expenditure which results in creation of fixed assets. They are in form of investment paid to net productive asset of economy. Capital expenditure is also known as development expenditure as it increases the productive capacity of economy. It is investment expenditure and a non-recruitment type of expenditure.
Non-recurring means matlab kya hai? Non-recurring means one-time investment. A recurring means once in a month or once in 3 months it is to be incurred. Recurring deposit means a deposit where same amount is to be paid every month. Continue.
Yes. Revenue expenditure are current or consumption expenditure include or civil administrator, defense forces, public health and education and maintenance of government machinery, etc. These types of expenditure is of recurrent type which is incurred year after year.
It is recurring. Yeah, continue.
Yes.
Financial
And financial inclusion. Financial inclusion involves
This chapter is also important, but of course not for federal, but for State Bank of India, this is a very important topic. Please read.
financial inclusion involves give formal banking services to poor people in urban and rural areas, promote habit of money savings, insurance, pension, investment among poor people, help them get loans at reasonable rate from normal banks so they don't become victims in the hands of local money lender. Some important initiatives for financial inclusion.
What is this word?
Which one?
What is the word?
This one important initiatives.
Initiatives.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Some important initiatives. Because if you pronounce wrongly like this in the interview, you will be scoring low marks. You must know the pronunciation also properly, especially for Federal Bank. I am not talking about SBI. SBI, you can do whatever you want. You can talk in Hindi also. समझ गया? अच्छा.
Yes, sir.
You are going for which bank?
Federal Bank, sir.
अरे भाई, अब तो और भी अच्छा अंग्रेजी बात करना है. बोलो.
Yes, sir.
Land banking, lead banking schemes.
Lead banking schemes, no frills account, BSBDA.
What is the expansion of BSBDA?
I don't know, sir.
Basic Savings Bank Deposit Account. Basic Savings Bank Deposit Account. Here, people can open an account. I think I have told more than once. People can open an account without any minimum balance. It can be zero balance also. No frills account. Okay, continue. Business correspondent.
Business correspondent system.
Business correspondent. Listen, business correspondent means what? Especially in the case of, say, regional rural banks, they appoint business correspondent per village. One person may be looking after 3 or 4 villages. So he will be a local man who will be given a mini ATM, and with that instrument, he will be going to the houses of the people and collect money and pay money. Because in those areas, farmers may not have time to come to the bank and all. So to help them, this has been done. I think the number of bank correspondents in State Bank is quite high. Rubel, did you happen to go through the figures given in the balance sheet or other items for our what is that? State Bank of India? It's a big number, some 28,000 numbers or so. Bank correspondents are there for them. They are not employees. They will be paid commission based on the transactions done by them. Then next one,
Swabhiman campaign and PMJDY.
PMJDY means Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Swabhiman campaign, I don't remember what it is. Just a minute. Let us try. Swabhiman campaign. Swabhiman, I think it has become outdated. Maybe this was famous when it was introduced. Now I think it is not being talked about much. Let us see what it is. Swabhiman State Disability Information Resource Center. What is Swabhiman campaign? Please read Swabhiman.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Rajput, please read. Are you not able to see? Acha, acha, acha. It is not
Yes, sir.
visible for you. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I am showing it to you. It is in a different browser.
Yes, sir. Swabhiman is a path breaking initiative
Initiative.
initiative by Union government and the Indian banks.
और एक बार बोलो initiative बोलो.
Initiative, sir.
बोलो. It is
Yes,
your
yes.
unfortunate you are getting such word again and again.
Yes, sir.
Swabhiman is a path-breaking initiative by the
Union government and the Indian Banks Association to bridge economic gap between rural and urban India. The campaign is being big step toward socio-economic equality by bringing the underprivileged segments of Indian population in the formal banking fold for the first time.
Who is Swabhiman? What is this?
Our
Please read.
work has yes, sir. Our work has earned us acceptance and recognition at many quarters. Government, individuals, NGO, and corporates founded in 2001. Swabhiman State Disability Information and Resource Center is registered a non-profit cross disability organization advocating for serving persons with disabilities in Odisha, India, and South Asia.
I don't think this is different. This may be different. This is what we are interested in. Swabhiman, the financial inclusion campaign. I am giving the link of this in your WhatsApp page. You can read this afterwards. What is that? Number 1, 2023. 2023. Then Fed PO clerks. Yeah, thank you. Now we will stop sharing this one. We will go for this one. We were here, no? Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah. PMJDY. Now comes another interesting topic, lead bank scheme, but from the angle of Federal Bank, not important. From the angle of State Bank of India, important, especially for agriculture candidates. Yeah, please read the lead bank scheme.
Yes, sir. Lead bank scheme. The lead bank scheme introduced toward the end of 1969 invests assignment of lead role to individual banks both in public sector and private sector for the district allotted to them.
Very good. Wait.
Yes,
We
sir.
will ask our Rubal Sharma to read. Rubal Sharma, you should read boldly.
Okay,
समझ
sir.
गया? समझ गया?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You should not read like a girl. You should read like a boy. इतना force करके बात करना है. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
Just I'm making fun of you. Good. Please read. Yeah.
The lead bank scheme introduced towards the end of 1969 envisages assignment of lead roles to individual banks, both in public sector and private sector, for the districts allotted to them. A bank having a relatively large network of branches in the rural areas of a given district and endowed with adequate financial and manpower resources has generally been entrusted with the lead responsibility for that district. Accordingly, all the districts in the country have been allotted to various banks.
For example, you can also check up what is the lead bank of your district. What is the lead bank of your district? You can search in
Okay, sir.
Google lead bank districts list, then automatically you will get about your district. Continue. The lead bank.
The lead bank acts as a leader for coordinating in efforts of all the credit institutions in the allotted districts.
Very good. Continue.
No frill account. No frills account is a basic account. Such account requires either nil minimum balance or very low minimum balance. Charges applicable to such accounts are low. The RBI in 2005 and 6 called upon Indian banks to design a no frills account, a no precondition, a low minimum balance maintenance account with simplified KYC norms. But all the existing no frill accounts opened were converted into BSBDA in compliance with the guidelines issued by RBI in 2012. BSBDA. In 2012, RBI introduced BSBDA. Some important points are: the account shall not have the requirement of any minimum balance. The services available in the account will include deposit and withdrawal of cash at bank branch as well as ATMs, receipt credit of money through electronic payment channels or by means of deposit, collection of checks drawn by central or state government agencies and departments. While there will be no limit on the number of deposits that can be made in a month, account holders will be allowed a maximum of 4 withdrawals in a month, including ATM withdrawals. Facility of ATM card or ATM cum debit card. Business correspondent. Business correspondent are bank representatives. They personally go to area allotted to them and carry out banking. They help villagers to open bank accounts in banking transactions, etc. Business correspondents get a commission from bank for every new account opened, every transaction made via them, every loan application processed, etc. A brief in BSBDA small accounts.
There is one more account. One is basic savings bank deposit account. Apart from that, one more account is there known as basic savings bank deposit account, small accounts, where people are not having sufficient, say, identification documents and all. Please read this.
A brief on BSBDA small accounts. In BSBDA, banks are required to provide a free of charge minimum 4 withdrawals through ATMs. Total credit in such accounts should not exceed 1 lakh in a year. Maximum balance in the account should not exceed 50,000 rupees at any time. The total of debits by way of cash withdrawals and transfers will not exceed 10,000 rupees in a month. Foreign remittances cannot be credited to small accounts without completing normal KYC formalities.
Here, the KYC formalities have not been completed. They are supposed to give within 12 months or at least produce documents showing that they have applied for such a document. Small accounts, please read.
Small accounts are valid for a period of 12 months, initially which may be extended by another 12 months if the person provides proof of having applied for an officially valid document.
Very good. Thank you. Now we will go to Mayank. Mayank ji.
Yes, sir.
Please read National Bank.
Yes, National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development.
Just a minute. See, we will read some points here about the institutions, but some of them, there may be recent changes. I would request all the people going for interview to know by going through the website of that particular bank or institution and know about us briefly, like NABARD. Please note down NABARD, RBI. Of course, we have seen it fully. Then IRDAI, then SEBI, SEBI. Then you must also know about BSE, NSE, then SIDBI, then National Housing Bank, NHB, then ECGC. Next, DICGC. All these things you must know. And also subsidiaries of State Bank of India when you are going for State Bank. Subsidiaries of Federal Bank when you are going for Federal Bank. Luckily, so far they have not asked that question. In the last 3 years, they have never asked about subsidiaries of Federal Bank in their interview. Then RBI subsidiaries. There are 5 subsidiaries. You must know them also broadly. Now continue, Mayank.
Yes, sir. National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development, established on 12th July 1982 on the recommendation of CRAFI-CARD Committee, also called as Sivaraman Committee for Agricultural
Sivaraman Committee.
Yes,
Sivaraman
Sivaraman Committee.
Sivaraman is father-in-law of my cousin, who was secretary in the central government long, long ago. Both of them are no more. My cousin passed IAS, and then he became secretary of that department. And after his passing IAS, he gave his daughter to him. So that's long back. I'm talking about 1968 and all that. Old. Now continue.
For
For agriculture,
agricultural finance, NABARD is a apex organization. The chairman is not mentioned.
chairman's name, what is chairman's name? Somebody will be knowing. Somebody who studies general knowledge will know. Otherwise, NABARD, I am forgetting. NABARD chairman is Shaji, K.V. Shaji. Please note down. K.V. Shaji. K.V. Shaji is the chairman of NABARD now. Continue. Headquarters.
The headquarters are in Mumbai, and its main focus on Rural Infrastructure Development Fund is operated by NABARD instead in April 1995. NABARD is the microfinance regulatory authority.
Yeah, actually, NABARD, they are having this one RIDF. RIDF means what? Every bank is supposed to lend 40% of their total advance to priority sector. And those priority sectors, we will see what are they later on. And in case they are not reaching the target, they have to buy these funds. They have to invest in this rural infrastructure development fund. Some foreign banks, they choose to invest in this because it is risk free. They will get back the money after the years. That is the reason. Now study next one.
Small Industries Development Bank of India, uh, SIDBI in short, was established in year 1990, 2nd April 1990, under the Small Industries Development Bank of India Act 1989 as a subsidiary of Industrial Development Bank of India.
Chairman name is, anybody knows what is the name of chairman? Chairman SIDBI. Yes, Sri S. Raman, some Sivaraman Raman or something like that. But if you go to their SIDBI website, Sivaraman Raman or Subramanian Raman something. Board of Director. Siva Subramanian Raman. Are you seeing his picture?
Yes,
I
sir.
am seeing it for nth time, but I am forgetting. Siva Subramanian. I know only Shakti Kanta Das. Then our Shyam Srinivasan, as if they are my relatives. I know all this. Then Madhabi Puri Booch, FCB. Then Doboshish Panda, that is IRDA chairman. These names I remember. Then, of course, Nirmala Sitaraman. Then Ajit, what is that? Our uh, defense minister का नाम क्या है?
Rajnath Singh.
Rajnath Singh. Home minister home minister का नाम?
Amit Shah.
Amit Shah.
See, even that I am not remembering. Doesn't matter. Now, what are we doing? We are here. Yeah. Please read securities. Acha. Next, it is coming. I was not knowing. Headquarters is in Lucknow. CDB headquarters, why they have kept it there, I don't know. This is gaining more importance because a lot of advances are being given for MSME and all. In fact, 2 days back, I have posted a video about MSME, about 20 minutes video about MSME advances. Please watch that if time permits. There is, continue.
Okay. Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, it is a regulator for the securities market in India. SEBI was initially established as a non-statutory board in April 1988 to regulate the working of a stock exchange. Later, it was given as a statutory status on
April 1992.
April 1992 via SEBI Act 1992 with the following objectives.
No. Abhi chairman badal gaya. Madhabi Puri Booch. Mrs. Madhabi Puri Booch. Whenever you are telling the name of people, please use Mr. Mrs. That will be better. Then headquarters.
Headquarters is in Mumbai.
Come. Next one.
Then we have Regional Rural Bank was set up by an ordinance in 1975, later replaced by RRB's Act 1976 as Pre-Banking Commission recommendation in 1975. Father of RRB is M. Swaminathan. The Government of India has appointed a working group on rural banks under the chairmanship of Mr. M. Narasimham in 1975. First RRBs was set up on 2nd October. Shareholder contribution in percentage, Government of India 50%, sponsor bank 35%, and state government is 15%.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Next, we will go to Pradeep. Pradeep, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Please read Exim Bank.
Exim Bank, the Export-Import Bank of India.
1 minute. I will close it now. I will stop.